Hello, good evening, everybody. I'm going to invite Hannah to join us. Give me a moment here. I hope everybody's having a good evening I'm talking about something that's actually really passionate for me tonight, and I hope that it can help y'all in your businesses as well. Hey,
Hi.
can you hear me fine?
Like my internet is being slow. Yep, I can hear you
Okay.
great.
Okay, cool. Are you situated?
Hi, friends. Yeah, I feel like my internet's being a little slow, but do you have me?
Okay. Yeah, I hear you, see you fine.
Do you have me?
Yeah,
Maybe?
can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I feel like I'm a little
Okay.
slow on this end, but we'll keep going. We'll roll with it.
It seems normal to me.
Okay, good.
All right, well, tonight, this is another one of our weekly business and health chats that we've been doing. If you guys are hopping on, say hello, tell us where you're tuning in from. We're both in North Carolina, and yeah, just say hi. We enjoy the interaction. It kind of gives us that motivation, makes it more fun, you know?
Yeah.
Tonight, we're just going to talk about, well, continuing this series in a way of why we started working with Young Living and kind of just all the different questions we had and the reasons why and such. And tonight we're talking about growth for actually other businesses. And when I first brought it to Hannah, I know that can be kind of confusing because, we've been talking about the Young Living business on this, but I actually and many other people run multiple businesses actually. And so I actually have another business besides the Young Living business. It's the Unprocessed Momma business where I do podcasting and courses. And throughout that time of figuring out I wanted to do this and figuring out how to do it, I like researching, but it was so much research. It was all me by myself trying to figure out the podcast to listen to, the webinars to watch, the groups to try to get into, the strategy. What is strategy? Like,
I've
it was
never
trying to,
thought about this. Like, it really blows my mind because Young Living is
yeah.
the first business that I owned. And so I love hearing Desiree talk about this. Like, I realized how much our team like has to offer, but I don't think I realized how much our team has to offer until Desiree started sharing this stuff.
Yeah, because I mean, I was all alone doing this beforehand. And yes, you learn a lot of things, but it can be so overwhelming trying to figure out all the business stuff. Yeah, it's just hard. And so the fact that you can come into a company and run your own business, but get all of the business benefits from your team is amazing.
Mhm.
And so just the fact that like you can learn about how to strategize, how to network market, how to like what affiliate marketing is. You can learn how to make graphics. Like people on your team or in your groups, you could even ask like, "Hey, how did you do that?" And they will share
Mhm.
with you how they did that. And you'll just get
Like,
to
how are
learn
you
that.
having so much success? Like, even
Yeah.
tonight, our team is having an enrollment call where we're like hearing from some of the top enrollers on our team. And so, like, these are things I've never thought about. Like, if you own your own photography business or graphic design business, or I mean, I think that there are times where you like pair up and not necessarily pair up, but you have buddies in the field that you're in. You have friends that are other photographers, but yeah, the fact that you
Collaborations.
can, yeah. The fact that in the Young Living business, like you own your own business, but it doesn't feel like that at all because our community, and I'm speaking specifically for our Young Living team, like we are so close knit and we are very much like we very much pour into each other. It's not competition. It's very much just like an atmosphere of encouragement. Like, here's what I'm doing that's working. Let me share it with you. Or, somebody, Desiree can come to me and say, hey, what are you doing that's working? And we share that with each other. And that's what our groups are full of. Like, the Royal Crown Diamond is the highest rank of this business. And we have Royal Crown Diamond leaders. In fact, all of our Royal Crown Diamond leaders have Facebook groups where they are continually pouring into us and telling us, like, this is the road to success. Like, these are the mistakes that we made. Here's the things that we've learned. Here's how you can get there faster. Here's how you can grow your business faster. And so while it very much is like your own business and you get to decide when you show up to work and how much you work and like what your whole business looks like, at the same time, it's very much just a community of women running together and encouraging each other in the most beautiful way possible. So yeah, I love this so much. Keep going, Desiree. I like to hear you talk about it.
Definitely. Yeah. If you guys are just tuning in, say hello. Tell us where you're tuning in from. I mentioned earlier we're in North Carolina. I saw a couple of people just hopped on, so I was just saying hello. But yeah, so just that factor of learning business, from the Young Living Company to support your other businesses you do, whether it be photography or graphic design or podcasting or courses or whatever it is that you do. They're like baking. There's so many different businesses out there. And sometimes we don't realize like all these other, businesses that our friends are doing, like different ways we can support them and different ways that they can actually get into an opportunity that supports their business. And that's actually joining a great Young Living team like ours. And, being able to figure out like just building a network in itself is so much value. There's all this talk always about growth and it's a numbers game and this and that. And while I think there's definitely some truth to that, I don't think it's all of it. I totally believe
Mm-hmm.
in a small, aligned, like team, group, whatever, will by far surpass a big one with not as much value or not as
Mm-hmm.
much purpose or goals or drive. And so either way, you have to figure out like who your people are. And the way you do that is you talk to people. You have to go
Yeah.
out there, get out there and have relationships with people. And the Young Living business is an opportunity to do that actually. It's an opportunity with people just on your team to be able
Mm-hmm.
to get to know more and see, hey, if you're interested in this, like just hello, I do this. Like, and
Yeah.
who knows, they might be interested in it. And that's what's cool. You don't push stuff on people, you just share, like, this is what I'm doing and why. And
Mm-hmm.
both businesses can support each other. Like, someone on your Young Living team could need photography and remember that you do photography, could know that their kid's birthday is coming up and they want something baked for them and they could come to you to get something baked for them, a design that they need for their other business, and they come and get a design from you. And so there's just a network that you tap into that you didn't have before. And that's just on your team. Think about the people that you're going out and building relationships with to share just the Young Living business or to go out and just do events and classes, which are so much fun. And you get
Mm-hmm.
to, build that whole audience network, all of that you didn't have before from the Young Living
Mm-hmm.
business to support your other businesses that you do, photography, baking, design, whatever it be. And so there's also accountability. This is something that, like, being a business owner on my own was challenging from time to time to be like consistent. Consistency, is key with so many things. And so having people there that, rally you on and not only your business growth but your personal growth, because that's what's so cool about Young Living, guys. We're here getting healthier with these products, and
Mm-hmm.
we're also paying off our products and making an income and turning it into a business too. So
Mm-hmm.
it's like, we're doing all of this just growth. And that can help you just in all areas of life, really, which is really, really beautiful to have an opportunity like that in general.
Yeah.
And then, let alone income, maybe it's just covering your products. It could be just that for you. Or if you're doing this for support for your other business, it can go even further than just a network. It can go into, actually funding your business, funding
Mhm.
those, things that you need to outsource to get help on so you can do what's most important in your other business. It can be just getting it started, the tools, the materials you need. Like right there, you have a whole fund for it. And the the diversity of income gives us
Mhm.
freedom. And
Mhm.
Hannah, I'm going to let you take over with that and tell us just kind of more about like financial freedom and time freedom.
Yeah, so I was telling Desiree as we were chatting this out, like I don't come from the perspective of having been like I wasn't a prior business owner. I had no experience with business. So I do just want to say that if you are watching and you have no business experience whatsoever, you can still be massively successful at this business. So even if you don't own a business, but we did want to speak specifically to those who do own businesses tonight. And I would say that I was just thinking, Desiree, there are quite a few photographers on our team. There are also some who own salons or just, own their own business within a salon, doing hair and such. And then Desiree, as she mentioned, she does graphic design. And so there are quite a few of those as well. I know our Royal Crown Diamond, Danielle Berklio, she worked also as a graphic design. I think her major was graphic design even. So a wide variety, but I will say, like I have a photographer friend that just joined the business recently, and her reason for joining was she wants her weekends free. And she said, my weekends are so caught up with photography because that's when most people are available in order, and that's when your weddings are. Like even with just family shoots, like weekends are, especially in the winter months, because the time is shorter, and so once people get off work, it's really dark outside, you can't shoot pictures then. And so my friend joined this because she wants to build an income that doesn't make her dependent upon being like working every single weekend. She says weekends are family time. Like I like to go and do things with my family. I like to travel, and I'm so tied up with photography. And while she loves it, she doesn't want that to be every single weekend. And so I
She
don't think
wants
that she
that
has.
boundary.
Yeah, exactly. And so she hopes and like the Young Living is going to provide that for her, and it will. She is being massively successful. She's doing so well at this. Jenny, if you're watching, I'm so proud of you. But that's just, I feel like a lot of people come for time freedom, and then some people financial freedom. Like I think about hairstylists. My sister, she's not a hairstylist, but her and her husband are both chiropractors, even. And this one just popped into mind. So they are business owners. And their reason for doing this business is that the physical work of being a chiropractor is so hard on the body, and it's not something that you can sustain up until your 70s, like when you need to retire. And so my sister plans to retire my brother-in-law early, at a very early age, because
That's awesome.
yeah, like he's in his 30s, and he's really seeing the physical effects of doing adjustments all day every day.
I've
And
never thought
so
of that.
I know it's really tough on the body. And so I think for them it's like it would be, I guess, time freedom, financial freedom, all in one, because she wants to retire him early so that Young Living would provide their primary income, and he wouldn't have to do, I mean, I'm sure he would continue to adjust here and there, but it wouldn't be something that he had to do all day, every day. And you know what? Like thinking about myself, I wasn't a business owner prior to joining the business with Young Living. But I was a nurse, and I was exhausted, even in just the short time that I was in it. And, I think about, just again, speaking to those of you who may be watching who aren't business owners, we don't want to work until we're 70 or 80. My mom pulled so many years in the healthcare system, and she is paying the penalty of that stress, like just the physical and emotional and mental stress on her body. And so there's so much freedom to be offered in this business, and the beauty of it, like you can work from wherever you are, however you want to. You set your own hours. If you don't want to work on Saturdays, you don't work on Saturdays. It's as easy as that, you know? Obviously, the time that you put into this job is what you're going to get out. So you are, you know, you're going to have increased income if you put the work in that it takes. So I love that Desiree was talking about, just like if you own another business, all businesses require networking, right? No matter if it's network marketing or if it's selling heat pumps. You know, that's what my dad does for a living. It all requires networking, like getting your name out there and meeting people. And so you're going to have increased networking. I would say some people come into this business not having had a business, but having a dream to own a business. So, you know, maybe that's you want to own a juice shop one day, or you want to own a coffee shop, or you want to be a photographer, or maybe you have this massive dream and you realize that it's going to take a lot of networking and a lot of money to fund that dream. Um, you know, I have this vision of having a beautiful rest home, a place where people in the ministry can go and relax and rejuvenate and just spend time away from their ministry, to spend time with the Lord in a quiet place by a lake, by some type of water. And that is like, and we would be able to provide that free for them. And so, you know, that's not really a business looking forward, but it is something that I feel like a vision that the Lord has given me, of something that requires a lot of money to do that. But I think what a beautiful blessing it would be to be able to have a home where ministry families can go and not have to worry about the financial, like what comes with having like to be able to get away, you have to have money to get away, right? So to be able to provide like a free place, or like do it like $10 a night or something like so reasonable, and to have the refrigerator stocked full of food for them, and like it requires money, you know what? And I just feel so strongly that that is one of the reasons, like that's one of the things that we're going to do with the money that the Lord provides for us through this business. So, time freedom, financial freedom, just accomplishing any dreams or visions that the Lord has given you. So yeah, that is it
And
in a nutshell. Oh, go ahead.
also, I wanted you to go over the Zooms because
Yes,
we have some
yes.
great information on our team Zoom calls that Hannah's going to tell you all about that can really
Yeah,
help
so our
your
team, and
businesses.
yeah, and you really need to make sure that you know who you're joining with, because not all teams within Young Living are created equally. And when you make your first purchase with Young Living, if you do not choose your enroller or the person that you want to join with, then Young Living they'll put you in the placement program. And they usually place you with someone based off of your location. And so this is where it's very, 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 very important that you know who you're joining with, because not all teams are created equally. And thankfully, Desiree and I are on the most successful team in all of Young Living when it comes to the business. We are a massively growing team, and massive like rank ups, people constantly ranking up, and we have been deemed the fastest growing in all of Young Living. And there's a reason for that, and that's because we have our Royal Crown Diamonds and our diamonds, those who have gone before us, who have created groups, Facebook groups. And in those Facebook groups, there is tons of information, like more resources than you could ever imagine at your fingertips. And I love that we're talking about this, because when you think about starting up a business, like Desiree was talking about, like you have to start like on your own. Like, and there's not necessarily someone being like, hey, this is how I started my business. Like, these are the mistakes that I made. That is hard to come by. And the fact that all of that is in our groups, and our leaders are constantly pouring into us, constantly telling us, like, here's the road, just walk in it. So there are just endless amounts of resources, education, graphics, personal growth, and we have endless Zooms. I feel like we have Zooms at least every Monday and Thursday night. Monday nights are geared towards health. and wellness and just testimonies with the products that we sell. And then Thursdays are geared towards personal growth and business growth. And I'm telling you, it's just like a constant fountain of like us being poured into and like helping us to be successful on every end of the spectrum, from becoming, very healthy and getting the toxins out, all the way to becoming a very healthy business partner and a business owner. So lots and lots and lots of resources. In fact, we're going to hop off after this call and hop on another call where we're sharing with people. This is how we've been successful at enrolling. So all of the ladies coming on are getting to glean from the wisdom of those who have been walking before them. So if any of this has spoken to you, if you want to hop on with us and join in this business, we would love that so much. We want to remind you it is only $29.95 to join this business. The Business Essentials Kit, you will, if you follow me or if you follow Desiree, whichever one, you'll go to the link in our bio. You'll click on that. You'll type in Business Essentials Kit, add that to your cart. Guys, $29.95. One of our leaders just recently said, that's like going to Chick-fil-A. I'm like, that is so true. You think about like the potential that this business has to offer is so cheap. Like you could go and buy your family food with it. Like I don't like that is so true. $29.95 is such an inexpensive way to get started with a massive potential of a business. What were you gonna say?
And so many, like, that goes back to the other business things too. Like, I was talking to you before how I was looking into affiliate marketing actually and trying to figure it out. And like Amazon and YouTube and all this, you have to have like a certain amount of followers or subscribers and such. There's no minimum anything with Young Living. You
Mm-mm.
pay $29.95, that's it. You're a brand
Mm-mm.
partner. Like, that is
Yep.
it, guys. There's no like approval process, none of that. Like, that's it. And you get to share about the products that you're getting and
Mm-hmm.
enjoying, and you get to start buying more products and getting healthier because of that.
Exactly.
And it's
Exactly.
it's so awesome. So
It's so
definitely
true.
go to the links and check them out, or message us and ask us about it, and we will talk with y'all. We'll talk you through all the questions that you guys have. Hannah knows I
Mhm.
had a lot of questions. We will go through
And
them with
I
you.
think that's so natural when you're starting something new. And that's like, we love questions. So even once you join, we're going to get you plugged into all of our business groups. We're going to get you plugged into our Voxer thread, which is just like a walkie-talkie app where all of us who are running the business are just pouring into each other, giving ideas, throwing out encouragement. We're going to get you plugged into all of that. And those are spaces in which you can ask as many questions as you want to ask. I know when I first started this business almost 4 years ago, I asked so many questions. But we know that when you're asking questions, that is when you're actually out there doing the work, because the questions are just naturally going to come. So grab that Business Essentials Kit. Throw in any products that you want to get started with. We highly recommend Ningxia. We are doing a Ningxia challenge with our team starting the 14th, so coming up really, really soon. But we would love to help you get the best prices on the product. So if you want to, before you check out with that Business Essentials Kit, message us and let us help walk you through how to get the best prices on the product, because you're definitely going to want to start trying some of the products so that you can start sharing it. And I promise, once you start trying the product, you are going to have so many testimonies, and it's going to be so easy and so natural to share. It's going to be like going to your local burger restaurant and having the best burger of your life, and then
But
going and telling
probably healthier.
everybody about it. Yes.
All right, you
Oh
guys.
man.
Well, y'all have a great rest of the night. We'll be talking to y'all soon, and we'll be back next Monday.
Yay. Bye,
All right.
guys.
Bye.